When you sell your own online course or run a membership site, you definitely want to create some kind of community for all your students or members. Why? Because it makes it very simple and convenient for you to interact with everyone, and people can discuss with each other and exchange ideas. On top of that, instead of having to ask your students to change platforms to join your Facebook group or your Discord server, you can run your own community directly on systemeio along with your course. So this is how to set up your own community on systemeio. Private or public, paid or free. Welcome to episode 4 of systemeio Snaps, the short and snappy tutorial series for all your systemeio users, both beginners and advanced. So first, log into your systemeio account. If you don't have one yet, click the first link at the top of the description to sign up and even get some free stuff from me. Then go to Products, Communities. Here you'll find all your existing communities that you have already created in your account. I already set up this test community here, but just let me remove it so we can go through the process from scratch. To create a new community, just click here on the Create button. Then give your community a name. This name then also automatically becomes the URL path of your community, as you can see when we click on this path field here. But you can change this to any name you want. Here on the domain name, you need to choose one of your custom domains that you already added to your account, or select the default systemeio subdomain that contains your username. If you have not yet added your own custom domain or don't have one yet, I'll leave a link to Namecheap in the description below, where you can buy your own domain for about $10 a year. For this tutorial, I'm gonna use my real life subdomain here, succeed.nyavimi.com. Finally, you can also decide whether community posts should be automatically approved or not. When you're done, click Save, and then let's enter our community by clicking on its name here. Here on the left side, we can now see the settings menu here. This is because we are the owner of this community. Community members, on the other hand, won't see the settings menu, but we'll get back to this. Now our community is completely empty, of course, so let's first create a few topics that we want to discuss in our community. Before we can post anything, we need at least one topic here, so let's create 3 for now and also leave the suggested paths on default. Now that we have our topics, let's create the first post as the community owner. I'm gonna show you how to get members into your community and how it looks from their perspective, so watch until the end. So click in the Write Something field here, and then in the window that opens we can create our post, add a picture, give the post a title and choose a topic. For example, let me add this picture here, then write something, leave the path on default again, choose the topic and then click Add Post. Now, even though the auto approval of posts is disabled, the post gets published immediately because we are the community owner. We can then open the post by clicking on it and anyone can write comments here. So let's add a quick comment before we invite other users to see what that looks like. By the way, at the top here you can see what I mentioned in the intro. As a member of a community, you can directly switch from the community to the courses you're enrolled in as a student. Because this is my admin account, when I switch over to courses, I see my own course here that I sell. Clicking here again shows all the communities we have joined. So let's go back into our community and then click on members on the left. This is one way to get people into your community. You can simply invite them manually, but you can also automatically grant access to a community when someone purchased a product from you, which could be an online course, or you could just offer paid access to the community itself. We'll get back to this in a bit. So let me invite myself here with another email address. Once I receive the invitation email, I can click on the link to create my account in this community. By the way, what you see here is my own custom password page with my logo and my brand colors. The default systemeio password and login pages look completely different. If you want to learn how to easily create your own password and login pages for your courses and communities, watch episode 2 of my systemeio Snap series here. Now that we are inside our community as a member and not as the owner, you can see that the settings menu is not available as mentioned earlier. What we can do is see all the members in the community and also check the pending posts that you submitted but have not yet been approved, if the community owner disabled automatic post approval. We can now of course create new posts, write comments on existing posts or add responses to comments, just like on any other social media or community platform. Also, as the owner of the community, I receive an email notification when someone adds a new comment, which can be annoying if you have hundreds of members in your community. You can change this in the main settings of your systemeio account here in the notification settings. There are currently no other notification settings available, which is a shame, but I'm sure that systemeio will improve this at some point. You can see that the community feature is quite basic, but this can also be a good thing because for many people Discord is too overwhelming or they don't want to use Facebook for any reason that you can possibly imagine. By the way, Everything I show you in this video can already be done on a free system.io plan, like so many other things as well. So if you don't have a system.io account yet, what are you waiting for? Click the first link in the description below and get my free bonuses when you sign up. Now let's look at how you can automatically add members to your community instead of inviting them manually. There are two ways you can accomplish this. One, you can set an automation rule to give someone access to your community, for example, when someone opts in on any of your squeeze pages. Or two, you can give access to your community by setting a resource, for example, when someone buys a product from you. This could be your course, for example, or any other digital product, meaning you could sell the access to your community as a one-time payment or even as a subscription model. Let's look at option 1 first. I'm using this funnel here where you can opt in to get my free resources hub template on system.io and then build and monetize your own resources hub. So let's say that I not only want to add a tag and trigger an email campaign when someone opts in, I also want to give people access to my community. All we have to do is click on Add Action, then choose Grant Access to a Community down here and select our community. Finally, just save the new or updated automation rule and you're done. Let's look at option 2, adding community access as a resource on your order form. To do that, go to one of your order forms for a digital product and then here under resources, click the plus icon and select communities from the drop-down menu. Then choose the community you want to give people access to when they buy your product through this order form. Don't forget to click save at the top here to save your changes. As mentioned earlier, if you sell access to your community as a monthly subscription, for example, and then someone cancels their subscription payments, they will also automatically lose access to the community. So that would be about it on the system.io community feature. It's simple yet very useful. But right at this moment when making this video, I found quite a big issue with this community feature, which makes me consider not even using it anymore until this has been changed. Just to let you know, I got in touch with the system.io support right away and they are looking into this, whatever this could mean. So what's the problem? See, when someone first joins a community, they get assigned their display name, which is basically just the first part of their email address before the @ sign. I've used a disposable email here to show you this. Now, when I logged in to the community as a member, I have the possibility to change my display name by clicking on my profile up here and then settings. Some of you may immediately see the problem. Every single input field here is marked as required. This means that you cannot simply change only your display name. You would have to fill out the entire page here to be able to save the page again. Obviously, you could always use fake information, but that's not the point. If you sell very expensive courses or coaching programs, for example, you most likely need all the detailed information from your clients for invoicing and accounting purposes. So this form definitely has its purpose. But for a free community where people just opt in with their email address and their first name, for example, having to add all this personal data is complete overkill. Let's hope that system.io changes this and makes these fields optional so that community members can simply change their display name without having to enter all their personal information. I just wanted to put this out here so that you know about it. If this changes at some point, hopefully, I will let you know by adding a pinned comment to this video. So check down below. A minute ago I mentioned that you can get my free resources hub template on system.io that you can then use to build your own version and monetize it in different ways. To learn how you can do this and how to get my free template, watch this video next and check the pinned comment on that video.